mate. Episode 10.
10, okay.
It's taken us a while because you've been poorly. I've had a birthday and life just got in the way a little bit.
And you went away, didn't you?
Yeah.
You went away for a little bit as well. I had a holiday.
Yes.
And a bit of COVID and recovery.
So we had an unintentional break of about 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah.
And we're back in the game.
Episode 10.
Yeah.
So how are you?
I'm very well. You?
I feel like I've missed you.
Yeah. It's getting to that stage, isn't it? Yeah.
I finished work on the Friday, went home, my bones started to ache. I thought, went and picked Harry up from school, come home, did a test, and just went wallop for the weekend.
Yeah.
And it kind of took me the following week to stop coughing, to get my energy back, and about 4 weeks of like struggling at work with Excel spreadsheets and stuff and coughing all the while. So it does affect you, doesn't it?
I've never had it, so well,
right.
I don't know. I know the Christmas before COVID kicked in, me and Katie were quite poorly over Christmas and New Year, and we think we might have had it then.
Yeah, you never know, do you?
You don't know.
Wow.
But,
so, all good then. So, you've been doing loads of radio and stuff.
Yeah, every week now, every Thursday on the radio. That's going really well.
I've been listening.
Really enjoying it. What do you think, mate? Go on.
Yeah, you're really...
Honest critique.
Yeah, you're really falling into it. Definitely. I wouldn't be able to remember to go to the adverts at 20 past and stuff.
Oh, it's hard work because sitting here with you, we can just chat and blather, can't we? We're not controlled by pressing any buttons for various different things. But it's like I'm driving. I'm steering the conversation, and I'm learning now that I've got a minute and a half here. I can just talk for a minute and a half about something. And
right. Yeah. That does sound good. It gets better every week. I listened to the one last week with the vinyl guy.
Yes, old Coxie.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I had to drive to Birmingham, so podcast was perfect for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're doing the Dare to Dip one. Still got a cough. You could Dare to Dip as well.
Yep, I'm sort of a back seat on that one. It's Sam Phillips and one of the guys that we interviewed when I first helped Sam, called Jack. He's sort of come on board and they're doing it, and I'm popping in and out. And,
lovely.
And I'm still sort of doing the editorial stuff behind the scenes for them and running their YouTube channel, and I'll pop in and do some interviews with them from time to time.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that they're taking it on board and flourishing.
So Dare to Dip is the mental health and well-being where they get in the water early in the morning.
Yes.
And how can they find that?
It's hashtag Dare to Dip on Facebook, or if you live in Felixstowe, just pop down to the Pier at 6:30 every morning, and you'll see them.
6:30 every morning.
Or 7:30 at weekends.
But the water temperature's got to be sharp still.
Yeah, it looks it.
I once went water skiing for charity on New Year's Day and fell in and it hurt.
Yeah, I can imagine. They've done well. It's still going on. You know, some of it's great. He's built up a little team there now and a little gang, and they're still going in now, even without him. So it's great. And I sometimes pop down that way on my way to work and stop my bike and have a yarn with them and take a few pictures for them. So yeah, it's
so
all good.
The last time we sat here, we thought we were going to see each other in 2 weeks. And you were going out for a beer with Watty in Ipswich.
Yep.
And you ended up being in a film.
Yeah, we did. Extras in this film. It's really weird. Like we'd been out most of the day, and we met in the Plough, and then we went on to Cock and Pie.
Yeah.
And he got a message from his wife saying that he's got to go home soon. So I said, well, let's head back to the Plough. I said, we can work out when my buses are going back.
Yeah.
You can then find out and get your lift. So we were in the area. So as we did, we come out there, cross over, got to where Sainsbury's is on the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's an Irish bar, Shamrock I think it's called, on the corner. And I said, what? I said, I look a bit busy. I said, it's only about 10 past, 6:15. I said, what's going on in there? Should we pop in there for a quick beer? So we did. We went in, and the girl said, right, in, straight to the bar, and don't make any noise. And I said, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Christ. But it was all full of that, and I was like, there was a band on. I was like, what we walked into? So we got to the bar.
Walk to the bar and don't make any noise.
Yeah. And then the barman says, what do you want? So I ordered, and he said, right, don't look at the camera. So straight up, what camera? So have a look. And they're filming. And
Right.
there's a bloke all dressed up like a cowboy, and I don't know. See Mark Nixon? You know,
Yeah.
After the hairdresser?
Yeah.
And he's there, and he comes over and he said, what are you two doing now? We said, we just come for a beer, what are you doing? He said, well, I occasionally do a bit of work as an extra. He said, and there's a film going on here, and there's a young lad, Jordan Barrow, big Courtney works on the dock as his lad. Anyway, he's an actor now, and he was in it, and I'm like, so we're like, they said, right, when they shoot, he said, because we're on about the 20 or 30th take, anyway, he said, don't look at the camera, just stand at the bar. So as we're at the bar, Watty then is all trying to be Mr. Billy Big Bollocks, and he's giving it all that. And I'm like, what are you doing? Then I said, I know what you're doing. You're trying to make it look like that. When we end up in the cinema watching this, you're giving me a telling off like you're the boss. I said, no chance, that ain't happening. So I was holding his arms down right there. So, we were right where the guy ended, and the camera was directly more or less next to us.
So you might be in it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Absolutely no idea.
Oh, really?
It's something to do with a Lone Ranger, not the Lone Ranger, not Tonto, the Lone Ranger. It's the Last Ranger or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually signed up with a company called Universal Extras.
Yeah.
And every now and again, they'll send me an email. Do you want to have a look at this? And the last one I said yes to was 250 quid for the day on a Friday on the Cornhill in Ipswich. Something to do with the NHS.
All right.
And you say, yeah, I'll go for it. And then they look at all the submissions and go through who can make it. And then they pick you or not. And I didn't get picked for it. But yeah, Universal Extras if anybody wants to have a look. They like odd shapes and big people and short and small people as well.
Bit of difference,
yeah.
Yeah, now, so when it finished, Nixon came over and spoke to me and Watty, and he said, I said, well, I'm going home now, I'm going to get the bus. He went, I'm driving. He said, I'll give you a lift home. So then he was then telling us how much he gets paid as an extra. And I went, so we're going to be in this film as extras for nothing, and you're getting paid. He says, follow me. So we walked through town to his car. We went through where they all go for their dinner and that, and he gave me a sausage roll. So I got a nice sausage roll for being an extra.
You've got to be happy with that.
I'm very happy with that. Yeah.
More attention and the sausage roll.
Yeah. And So when it comes out, I'm sure that I'll big it up and I'll post links to it and say that's my film debut.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. So what have we had going on in Felixstowe? I think, isn't there... I've seen something about a wine bar on Walton High Street.
Yes, we're next to the Chicago pizza place. Used to be...
Near the post office?
Yeah, it's been all sorts. It's been a bookshop, it's been a beauty therapy place. It's been everything over the years. Now it's a little wine bar.
Any good?
I don't know, because I don't drink wine.
Oh, but it doesn't just do wine, does it?
You're
not that sort of person, are you?
So why don't they call it wine and other stuff bar then?
Good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the wine bar, Bergerac's, they didn't sell a lot of wine.
I drank beer in there, yeah.
You didn't drink beer, you drank, what was it?
Jungle juice.
Jungle juice.
Yeah.
Loopy lemon.
Yeah, now we're going to just quickly revert back to episode 1, where we had Chris Dunnett as one of the...
I was thinking of Chris Dunnett as soon as I said jungle juice.
Now, I believe the record will never be beaten because the Bergerac is gone.
Yeah.
But the most pints of jungle juice in one sitting.
Yeah, go on then. Was it 14 or something?
Yeah, 14. That's what I've got.
That is going some, to drink 14.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. Chris always said, I can drink loads. He said, but the only problem is everybody goads me on and then leaves me and doesn't help me get back to where I should be. Because there's a video of him in there on the floor at Butlins or something.
Yeah. Yeah, bless him. Yeah, so I've not been in there, but I popped in the Falcon.
Did you?
Yeah.
Any good?
Oh yeah, I was on the way to Indian with some mates and went in there and had a pint in there.
Right.
That's nice. And saw the new landlady.
Okay, yeah.
And told her I thought she was doing really well.
Lovely.
Well,
yeah, good.
Doing well with it, so...
I think Mohawk are going to play in there.
Yeah, I saw that on... so we're recording this on the 26th of April. So, 30th, Saturday the 30th. So if you hear this before Saturday, go to the Falcon and see Mohawk. If you listen to it after the 30th, you've missed Mohawk.
Yeah. I was in Ipswich and I walked past the railway on Foxhall Road.
Yeah.
And I thought, that sounds like Spencer and, his band. So I walked, there's about, 80 people in there. I've walked in the door like not knowing what's going on, sort of looked about like a bit of a pleb, and he went, all right, Prockie. Just carried on. Everybody went, oh, who's that?
Who's that? Yeah.
It's literally stopped the whole gig and carried on.
I like him. I've not seen him for a few years.
I haven't.
I
No.
like him. I always used to have good yarns with him, and he used to tell me some stories, not rock and roll stories, but of who he played with.
Yeah.
Chesney Hawks.
Yeah.
Boyzone.
Do you know what? I was at a party in Felixstowe, the Flat of Doom, the one in town where you go up around the back steps. Everyone's had a party in there.
Yeah.
So Rick Fletcher walked in one day and he was like this. Hi everyone. We're like, all right. And he had this bloke with him. And Rick Fletcher went, hi everyone. Guess who I've got with me? We're like, 2 a.m, who gives a shit? He went, Chesney Hawks' brother. And then someone in the corner just went, oh. Chesney Hawks' brother.
Fantastic.
Anybody thought he brought Michael Jackson in, you know? Felixstowe.
Yeah, Chesney Hawks' brother.
I got some bad news.
Oh, yeah.
One of the stars of Felixstowe has passed away. Who am I talking about? About 4 weeks ago I saw this one.
The Dancing Man.
Spaceman.
Yeah, I used to call him Spider-Man because he used to get on the floor and the way he'd walk, it looked like he was spinning webs.
He did, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
What was his name? I can't remember. Because everyone called him Spaceman.
Yeah.
But he looked proper 70s, didn't he?
Yeah, in later years, I mean, he used to go down the front, but in later years, he'd go up the Labour Club.
Right, okay.
And do the dancing up the Labour Club. That's
Yeah,
how
he'd
I
always
sort of
do that
him.
same kind of shuffle with his hands going out with his palms in the air.
Yeah.
He was absolutely beautiful and harmless.
And it was a nice bloke as well, because when he wasn't dancing, obviously being in the Labour Club, when sit and talk sometimes or say hello and stuff like that, and he was a nice fella.
Yeah.
And for the life of me I can't remember his name, but as you say, I knew him as Spider-Man, you know him as a Spaceman. Everyone knows him as it's the Dancing Man.
Yeah, he was.
And he'd always wear Farrahs, wouldn't he?
Would he?
Yeah, Farrahs and moccasin shoes.
Do you know?
Or am I making that up? I don't know.
I used to wear Farrahs at school. I think everybody did at that age. Yeah, nice comfy trousers.
See, I never. I had Barras or something they were called. They were like market knockoffs.
Oh, okay, right. Barras.
Had a B on it, it's have an F,
Farrahs are really good if you're doing the door, because if you do come to a bit of a lunge and a fall over, they don't split, do they? They got a bit of stretch in them. Should we take a break?
Yeah, I think we will, mate. Yeah. I'm not going to make any jokes about making you cups of teas. That's old hat now.
I don't even know why you said that.
Nah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Have we had any movement on the steps over the prom outside the cafe that's not even been opened yet?
No.
Move on.
No. Well, we talked about that because I posted something on the Facebook groups the other day. You're going along the prom and they painted some words on the prom. The council have. And it's no dogs on the beach between May and September, and there's a good stretch along the prom there where they've spent a lot of money. Well, I don't know how much. I say a lot of money, but they've spent money painting them.
Yeah.
And half of them are covered up with sand and stone anyway. And it's like I don't like moaning about stuff. Well, because I like to champion Felixstowe, but when you see stuff like that, you just think, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because it just seems like a waste of money, just because one or two idiots don't follow the rules. And to be perfectly honest, if someone's got their dog on the beach, as long as it's not mauding kids to death.
Yeah, but they lay poo, don't they?
Yeah, but so do adults.
Yeah,
let's just pick on a random group. You've picked on dogs, I'll pick on fishermen. What do they leave behind?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So we think we all need to do better. We all need to get a house in order and stop picking on certain groups and just all go together. There's space for everyone.
And
if you've got kids, don't let them run off, because I might run them over on my bike accidentally and it won't be my fault.
Did you hit a kid?
No, because I go slow.
Okay.
Now some people don't because they're idiots.
Yeah.
Now when I ride along the prom, I like riding along the prom home from work, especially in the summer. You can just have a nice little. If I want to go fast, I'll go on the road. If I want to go slow and just potter in and out and just see people, I'll go along the prom.
Well, you are famous. So I live in Capel now, and this morning I had to stand at the end of Bridge Road on what's the name of the road? Langer Road, keep going.
Garrison Lane.
Garrison Lane.
Yeah.
Garrison Lane Bridge Road, right? the person coming to pick me up was held up because of the accident, right? So I stood there for 20 minutes and I loved it. Because everyone's just Prockie! As they go past, someone pulled up, what are you doing here? Yeah. I think I saw about 8 people, had a chat with 2, and it just reminds you why we all love Felixstowe, really.
Yeah, a few years ago, and my sister-in-law, she still shares it every year now on Facebook. A few years ago, she posted, because I'd taken her little boy Matthew out, and he go home, he says, Mum, he says, Uncle Jamie, why is he as famous as Jamie Oliver? Because that's the only other Jamie I think of. And she's like, he's not. Well, how come every time we go out, we don't get anywhere because he just stops and everyone talks to him?
So my wife Mandy, when we got together, she used to live out in the sticks. She worked where she worked, and it wasn't a very big community. And then she met me, who knew everyone, right? And we went round the one-way system in Ipswich, and this ambulance came round, turned the thing off, put the window, and went, Prockie! As an ambulance on blues, and he shouted Prockie out the window. She went, Jesus Christ. But then we went to the cinema, right? So she's really got the ump about it. Sat there watching The In-Betweeners.
Yeah.
Right. And the swimming pool scene, it's Charles Manning, isn't it?
Is it?
He's in it.
Oh, is he?
He's in The In-Betweeners
I didn't know
movie.
that. I didn't know that.
He's got his red shorts on, and he dives in and saves the kid that one of the characters
I'm going to have to watch In-Betweeners movie just to see...
Yeah, that's it. It's Charles Manning.
Yeah.
So I'm sat there in the cinema, and I went, oh, it's Charles Manning. She went, what? I said, I know that actor, it's Charles Manning. She went, that's it, I give up. That's what I love Felixstowe.
I mean, the other week, Katie posted on Facebook, she posted somebody else, and she said, this is me and Jamie. She said, and there's a woman posting, says that she was an introvert and her husband's an extrovert, she says, and we're on the same row on an aeroplane, but other sides, we're both in the middle seats. And the woman had said, I've bumped into the people next to me about 7 times and apologised 7 times, while Jamie's sharing beef, the bloke's sharing beef jerky and probably invited to their wedding. He said, that's the difference between me and Jamie, and I was just like, yeah, I can go anywhere and have a yarn with anyone, I think.
Yeah. I don't necessarily just strike up conversation with strangers like some do, but... I
assess the situation first. Like, so,
are you weird?
Yeah, it don't happen so much nowadays because I don't sort of go to random pubs.
Very often you're too pissed to speak.
Not so much. I did have a bit of a stumble on Saturday. But
did you, Bar?
Yeah.
You alright?
Oh, yeah. But
okay.
Yeah, just drunk more than I should have done. But that's a rarity now. But, in the old days, I'd go in and I'd sit there, then I'd sort of survey the situation, have a look around, see what's going on, then work out who I can talk to. And 9 times out of 10, I'd talk to someone. The feathers used to be great for that.
The feathers?
Yeah.
I used to deliver worktops with a sleeper cab van, and what you do is you find a pub in the middle of nowhere, near to where you're delivering to in the morning. You go in and you say, hello, is it safe around here? I'm delivering down the road in the morning. And they go, well, yeah, it's a lovely little community. And I go, oh, where I come from, it's really safe, so I never know where's safe to park. Oh, you can park in the car park if you want. And that's what I do. Park in the car park, and then go in and find an old boy to talk to.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that they come out with and learn because there's someone new to talk to, they get very excited.
They do, yeah.
Start revealing all.
And they're the people that no one talks to anymore because they've heard all the stories. And then
they are good stories.
Oh, yeah. I'm turning into that old man.
Oh, yeah, but you're quite boring.
Oh, don't say that, mate. I don't think so.
So,
go on, carry on.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a thing about... Oh no, I'm going to tell you about the experience I'm having at the moment. I was tested yesterday for ADD or ADHD.
Okay.
So Mandy says she's quite frustrated with me that how someone starts something and doesn't finish it, and I've got all these things going on at work, and I love all the different bits that I do, and I love having lots on, and it's awesome. But I might not necessarily get to the end of completing them all. Okay. And that is apparently a trait of ADHD or ADD.
I thought it was laziness.
No, completely the opposite. I want to do everything, and that's the problem. So, I'll do the kitchen, but I'll go, and then the bit that I go, oh, that's hard, or I've got to take it down and do it again, I'll leave it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I went to the doctor, told him, and under the right to choose, you can choose the provider of your care.
Right.
Did you know that?
No.
So with anything, if the doctor says, right, I'm going to send you up here to this clinic, you can go, well, I have the right to choose, I'd like to choose this company in Cornwall. And he goes, he actually said, well, we can help you with that here, so I don't think you need to do that. I said, no, I'd really like to use Psychiatry UK down, I think in Cornwall. And he went, okay, I'll write a letter to them and refer you. So then they got back to me, and it took about nearly a year actually of me pushing and asking. And he just came on Zoom, had a conversation with me, asked me about my life, how I am, why do I think I need help, and all this sort of thing. And then at the end, he basically said he's going to send me some speed in the post.
Ah.
Yeah, and result. What more could you want? To which I said, that's brilliant, but if I'm... and I've got ADD.
Yeah.
So I haven't got the hyperactivity bit. Funny that I'm overweight. So, not that you need a diagnosis.
No.
But they're going to send me little doses of speed called titration.
So how does that work then? If you're a bit...
Yeah.
And they can make you a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know why I made my hands.
Yeah. You did like a little wavy thing.
Yeah.
So he tried to explain it, right? And I went, if I've got that and you give me more of that, then surely I'm going to be in a right mess. He went, no. And he tried to explain it and I weren't listening. One of the traits of ADD. And at the end I said, I heard the first 25% of what he said, but the rest I went. And he's so used to it, he went, okay. He came up with an analogy. If you're a tiger in the forest and you're trying to hunt your prey,
Yeah.
if you're focused on getting that prey, you'll get the prey, but there's a fair chance you might get eaten by another predator because you're not looking about and being safe.
Right.
He said, you, Mr. Proctor, when you're going for that prey, you're so intent on looking around and distracted that you won't get eaten by the prey because you're about everything else, but you probably won't get to the point where you actually get to eat what you want because you won't get there because you're too busy looking at the flowers. So he said, what we're going to do is we're going to put you up a level by giving you some speed, right, so that you're uber focused, because you'll be able to focus on getting the end goal of eating your prey, but because you're naturally aware and always looking about at other stuff, that will still go on. What we're going to do is heighten you so your focus is more focused on what you're trying to achieve. So he's going to try different doses. It'll probably take about 2 or 3 months. And I said, well, okay, I can see how it goes and see if Mandy notices any difference. He said, you won't. The people around you will. The people at work are the ones you need to ask if it's working or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we've got good support at work, so I'm looking forward to
Excellent.
seeing
So
if it makes a difference.
A bit of a trial, see what happens, isn't it?
So anyone that's an adult, I'm 49 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Go to the doctor and say, I think I might have it. You can do online tests, can't you, to give you the answer. So I'm actually going to tie that up as well, because there's going to be a change in my life with trying to lose weight again.
Cool.
So I'm going to go for that. Tie them both up and see where I can go with, the focus of that, because he said it's a bit of a suppressant for your appetite as well.
Yeah.
So,
is it? I don't know.
Well, I think a lot of people who do drugs are skinny, aren't they? Are they? You don't do drugs, do you?
No, look, not you. And I've lost weight. On that note, Mr. Prock,
we're going to have a break.
We're going to have another little pause here, mate.
Chocolate?
I just had a little thought. You say you don't have much attention span, so is that why we don't go over 40 minutes on the podcasts?
I never really know.
Yeah, so just a quick one on here. We didn't intend having a break, but we did. We were going to have a break after episode 13. Do you think we should just continue now?
I don't know. I think
maybe do them every 3 weeks instead of every 2 weeks, just to keep it fresh.
I don't know. Let's go to 13.
Yep.
I think go to 13.
Go to 13.
Have a break.
Yeah.
And then it'll all be exciting. And
yeah.
We might have other stuff going on in life, and I might be out of focus by then.
Yeah, you might be heavily into your speed.
Yeah. I might just be going.
Yeah.
I'm not coming out, Jamie. I'm staying in.
If you're listening to this podcast from this point, go back a little bit and find out the reason why. Don't think that Prock is turned into a wrong one.
There is so much more I could say about that, but you can't.
No.
Why is he in the toilet? So anyway, have you had any other good stuff about Felixstowe?
Some positives with a little bit of a negative.
Okay.
So we'll start at the Pier.
Right.
Because I friend of mine from work was retiring, and when he used to come and see me in the office, I'd always take him for fish and chips on the pier.
Yeah.
So he said, "Right, I'll come down Wednesday, blah blah blah. We'll go down there." So we went in there, had a beer, and then we were just sitting in one of the booths, and somebody at the pier said, "Can you pass us the cutlery, please?" I said, "Oh no, I'm about to use it." He said, "Oh, you won't." I said, "Why?" He said, "We don't serve food after 6 o'clock."
Okay. I
said, "Really?" They said, "Yeah, we don't. We don't." I said, "Well, okay, we'll have to go elsewhere then."
Yeah.
We're a bit disappointing because I do enjoy going in there, and I suppose I don't want to go too harsh on them because it might be eco, they might be struggling to get staff, blah blah blah. There might be a valid reason, but
you still had the ump.
And had to walk to the Alex.
Okay.
It was raining a little bit, so
right.
But anyway, we got there and went in, and we had food in there, and it was lovely.
Was it?
It was top notch. It was good food. But whilst we're in the area, just across the road is Steak and Lobster.
Steak and Lobster, that's where Bonds was.
Yes, that's where Bonds used to be. Yep.
Okay.
And it's changed hands recently.
Yes.
And
so some of the customers that used to go in there now own it.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, I do believe that's right. And so I booked it for myself, my wife Katie, my brother, his wife Emma, sister Scott. Well, there was 10 of us went for my birthday. And
you're a very popular boy.
Not as popular as I used to be, because a few years ago there used to be 15, 20 of us.
All right, carry on.
So we went there, and I had ribeye steak.
Okay.
And it was on par, if not better, than Miller & Carter.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Miller & Carter good?
I'm a big fan of Miller & Carter.
Oh yeah.
I like Miller & Carter both here in Liverpool and in Cardiff. They're the only three I've been to: Liverpool, Cardiff, and Felixstowe, and they're all very good. Sorry, not Felixstowe, Ipswich. But the steak I had from Steak and Lobster was up there.
Good.
It was one of the best I've had, and everyone else who was normally you get at least one moan, don't you?
Yeah.
We had no one moan.
How much was it? Was it good value?
Yes, for the 10 of us, we, excluding drinks, we went drinks separately, but just for the food, no one had a starter, and I think some of the ladies had pudding.
Yeah, pudding. Not afters or dessert, but.
Well, you know what I mean, the pudding. a bit of afters. So 9 adults, one child of about 10, so that was 204 quid.
204 into 10 is 24 quid each.
No, it's not.
Is it 10 here?
Yeah.
240 quid.
204.
Oh, 204. So I thought you said 140.
No, so I was with Suffolk accent.
So that's 20 quid each.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, so I say some had puddings as well. So.
What? Don't say pudding.
Why not?
No, that's afters, isn't it?
It's pudding. Have pudding.
Not,
what you got for pudding tonight?
Well, you're not having a pudding, no, if you're having jelly.
That's a pudding, isn't it?
No, it's not. That's a jelly.
Well, it falls under that generic banner of a pudding, doesn't it?
Anyway, bravo to Steak and Lobster. Then.
Yes, well done. If you're listening to this and you want a bit of tea, go down there.
Yeah, good. Cool.
Tell them I sent you, they might give you 10% off.
Might do.
They probably won't.
Jamie from Felixstowe Radio said.
Yeah, say Prock used to work here.
Well, I went there. I've got paid. I don't know if I worked.
Yeah. That's nice. I think we've got some good places in town still.
So we went to London Saturday, and it wasn't that expensive. You know, the restaurants on the side of the roads and stuff, and yeah, it's really good. I had to run someone up there, and then I had like 2.5 hours to myself. And I walked around Covent Garden, Leicester Square, Trafalgar Square. I'd got a good 2-hour stomp.
Yeah.
And it's good to see the streets, busy again.
It is, yeah.
And I felt safe, which I didn't think I was going to.
Cool.
There's a few lads on scooters whipping about, but you know.
Yeah, that was they're crazy. Them young'uns on them things.
Young'uns, tell you, boy.
Yeah.
Rough old boys.
Well, I was in London myself, and I was going to. I can't remember where I was going. I was going to another train to get somewhere else. Anyway, blah blah blah. And I looked left, looked right, crossed the road. The old green man weren't on, but I thought I'd risk it. Next thing I know, I got yelled at. I won't say what, because it's a podcast and we don't want our PG rating to go through the roof. Yeah. But I was abused. I'm like, what the hell? And then there was some idiot on one of these bits of metal that I just think, grow up, boy. Abuse me for crossing the road. Stop. At least I stopped, looked and listened, and nothing was coming. And you come on a kid's scooter. You didn't even have a bell on it. I was just thinking,
Oh, come on. Yeah. So you're of the you're really busy with the radio. You got one show a week, 2 podcasts a week.
Nah.
You got anything else?
Still, I just finished my 38th book of the year reading.
Have you?
Yeah.
38th book of the year, and it's only April.
Yeah. I've had a poor April as well.
Been a bit drunk.
had a few things on. So, I think I've always said there's positives and negatives about having kids. And one of the positives is I can do what I like in the evenings.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so if I'd had kids, it'd been brilliant. I probably wouldn't have to read so much. I probably wouldn't have as much as I do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a positive.
Yeah, when I get home tonight, Mandy's going out, so I'll be doing the books and the bed thing, and literally as soon as I get in, it'll be this, it'll be that, and Harry's ill at the moment, and it is non-stop, it is full-time.
Oh, it's obviously rewarding to yourself, isn't it? If you've got kids, it's rewarding.
Yeah.
I never did, so I'm just like...
Yeah, I do see the positives of it, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, having your own time. Well, I've had a question as well, so...
Yeah?
Is Jamie's dad Paul... You were talking about the other day, and someone said that he'd worked with Paul Verso at Tractos. Is that your dad?
No, Paul is my uncle. He's my dad's brother.
Ah.
Yeah, there was 3 brothers. There was Terry, Paul, and Chris.
Right. Okay. That was Matt Crow asked me if that was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Terry's my dad. He's long gone. That's nearly 10 years since he passed on.
Your dad, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul and Chris are still with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did yesterday actually got the news that our great uncle Ray, who was 96, passed away.
Really?
So yes, so now my uncle Paul is now the head of the Verso family. So
is he?
I'm third in line now.
Third in line for the Verso Empire.
Yeah. Do you know what? Years and years and years ago, when my great grandfather George had where McDonald, you know, the McDonald's shop that was opposite the primary school.
Yeah.
And that was there, and all next to that
Maidstone Road up that way.
Yeah, it was the Woodyard, and James Bowden Close was all the Woodyard, and, and bits of Cornwall Road and all that area there. When you the Woodyard, which they sold for a pittance.
Yeah.
If that was still in the family.
Oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't be doing podcasts with you, mate.
Yeah, be on the beach somewhere.
Yeah, but you know, I'm not bitter.
You don't look bitter, jeez.
Nah. So there's no Empire anymore because it's all gone. I think they sold it for less than my bus fare to Ipswich, probably.
So I saw something on social media where this old lady says, "When I was your age, when I was 21, I had my own house." And this young girl pops up. Yeah, but they're only about $2,000, weren't they, Nana? Don't get it.
Yeah, you can't compare all them years ago to now because it's a totally different world.
It is a different world, mate, and a different scene.
Yeah.
So, I think we've pretty much covered everything.
I think we've had a nice little comeback session. Haven't
yeah,
we,
that's not too bad, but
had a laugh.
Yeah.
And hopefully the people will listen. Will actually share it.
You really get narked about sharing.
I do. It just helps build it up, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. We like people to know that we're talking and people to listen to us.
Yeah, I mean, a like is a like. That's brilliant. That's the same when people on Twitter like it, share it, and then everyone can see it.
Yeah. If you know how to copy and paste what we're doing and share it, we'd really appreciate it. Cool. No harmonica this week. We'll leave that.
I think we're gonna have some harmonica. We got a saved one. Right. Cheers all, and see you in May, I suppose.
Bye.
Bye.